হ্যালো এভরিওয়ান, এই ভিডিওটি কিন্তু কোনো জব আপডেট বা কোনো জব নোটিফিকেশানের ভিডিও নয় বা কোনো এডুকেশনাল টপিক এর এক্সপ্লানেশন ভিডিওও নয়। যদিও এসবই কিছু নয়, তবুও এই ভিডিওটা এডুকেশন রিলেটেড। আর আমার চ্যানেল যেহেতু এডুকেশনাল চ্যানেল, তাই ভাবলাম এই কন্টেন্টটা কিন্তু আপলোড করা যেতেই পারে। এবার এই কন্টেন্টটা আপলোড করার আরও একটা উদ্দেশ্য, মানে একটা না দুটো বলবো আমি। প্রথমত বা মেইন উদ্দেশ্য যেটা, তোমরা অনেকেই রয়েছো যারা রিসার্চ করতে চাও, ইন ফিউচারে রিসার্চ লাইনের সঙ্গে যুক্ত হতে চাও, বা তোমাদের পরিচিত ভাই বোন বন্ধু বান্ধব আত্মীয় স্বজন যারা গবেষণার সঙ্গে যুক্ত হতে চায় তাদেরকেও একটু হলেও না আইডিয়া দিতে পারবে যে বিজ্ঞানের যে বিভিন্ন বিষয়গুলো বা বিজ্ঞানের গবেষণার ক্ষেত্রে বা আদার্স সাবজেক্টের ক্ষেত্রেও মোটামুটি সেমই প্রসিডিওর। মানে একটা পেপার প্রেজেন্টেশন করতে হলে কিভাবে প্রেজেন্ট করতে হয় বা পেপার প্রেজেন্ট করার পরের যে স্টেপগুলো সেটা কি। তো মেইনলি এই প্রেজেন্টেশনটা, এই ভিডিওটা আর কি, আমার হাজব্যান্ড তার একটা পেপার প্রেজেন্ট করছিলেন। আমার হাজব্যান্ড তিনি বর্তমানে বিজ্ঞানী হিসেবে কর্মরত, সায়েন্টিস্ট ইন IITM পুনে। তো তার একটা পেপারের প্রেজেন্টেশন করছিলেন IRAD 2025-এ। তো পেপার প্রেজেন্টেশনের পরে কিন্তু এখানে যেমন অনেক বড় বড় বিজ্ঞানীরা প্রেজেন্ট ছিলেন ভারতের বিভিন্ন জায়গা থেকে, বিভিন্ন বড় বড় ইনস্টিটিউশন থেকে। তো অনেকেই তাদের পেপার প্রেজেন্ট করেছে। তো পেপার প্রেজেন্ট করার পরে না, যদি সেই পেপারটার যদি কোনো কিছু ভুল না থাকে, তাহলে কি করবে, সবাই সেটাকে অ্যাকসেপ্ট করবে বা সবাই সেটার মানে পজিটিভ ফিডব্যাক দেবে। বা কেউ যদি কোথাও কমেন্ট করার থাকে যে এইভাবে এটা করলে ইমপ্রুভ হবে, সেগুলো শেয়ার করবে। মানে সায়েন্টিফিক কমিউনিটিতে, মানে যারা আর কি এখানে থাকে বা সায়েন্টিফিক কমিউনিটিতে এই সমস্ত আলোচনা হয়। মানে বিজ্ঞানের নতুন কিছু উদ্ভাবন যেভাবে হয়, নতুন কিছু উদ্ভাবন হলেই যে সেটা সঙ্গে সঙ্গে গ্রাহ্য হয়ে যাবে সেটা তো নয়। সেটাকে কেউ মানে সাজেশন দেবে, কেউ সেটাকে ভুল বলবে, কেউ সেটাকে ঠিক বলবে, মানে তর্ক বিতর্ক হবে, তারপরে একটা ফাইনাল স্টেজে গিয়ে পৌঁছায় সমস্ত কিছু। আমি ইন ডিটেইলে বলতে পারছি না, আমি শর্টলি ব্যাখ্যা করছি। তো এক্ষেত্রেও তাই হয়েছে। মানে পেপারটা প্রেজেন্ট করার পর যেই জায়গায় কারো ভুল মনে হয়েছে বা যেই বিষয়গুলো আরও শুধরানো যাবে বা শুধরানো দরকার, সেই সমস্ত কিছুর সাজেশন ও পেয়েছে। এবং যাদের আর কি এই বিষয়টা, এই টপিকটা ভালো লেগেছে, এই গবেষণার যে টপিকটা সেটা ভালো লেগেছে, অনেকে সাপোর্ট করেছে, হ্যাঁ এটা খুব ভালো বিষয়ের একটা পেপার হবে, ভালো কাজ করছো, কংগ্রাচুলেট করেছে। অনেকে কমেন্ট করেছে যে এটা এই এডিট করতে হবে, অনেকে বলেছে এই বিষয়টা মিলছে না, এটাকে একটু দেখতে হবে। তো অনেক রকমের ব্যাপার থাকে। তো তোমরা যারা রিসার্চ লাইনে ইন্টারেস্টেড, তারা একটু হলেও আইডিয়া পাবে যে একটা পেপার কি করে পাবলিশ হয়, সেটার পেছনে কতটা খাটনি। শুধুমাত্র পেপারটা লিখে দিলেই কিন্তু হলো না, সেটাকে মানে জার্নালে পাঠাতে হয়, তারপরে সেটা রিভিউয়ারের থ্রুতে রিভিউ হয়ে আসে, কখনো রিজেক্ট হয়, কখনো মেজর কমেন্ট আসে, কখনো মাইনর কমেন্ট আসে, অনেক রকমের স্টেপ থাকে। ঠিক আছে, আমি এটা শর্টলি বললাম। এটা হচ্ছে মেইন কারণ। একটা মেইন কারণ যেটা, সেটা হচ্ছে অনেকে ইন্টারেস্টেড হবে, অনেকে আইডিয়া পাবে যে একটা পেপার প্রেজেন্টেশনের পরের যে স্টেপ কী করে ডিফেন্ড করতে হয়, সেই স্টেপটা সম্পর্কে একটু হলেও আইডিয়া পাবে। আর দ্বিতীয়ত হচ্ছে, মোবাইলের যেহেতু মেমোরি ফুল হয়ে যায়, তো এই ভিডিওটা আমার চ্যানেলে সেভ থাকুক, সেটাও হচ্ছে আরও একটা কারণ। তো ভিডিওটা দেখে নাও, আমি আর বকবক করছি না, তো মেইন ভিডিওতে চলে যাচ্ছি।
That per year more than 2,500 number of days are recorded. Even we have analyzed National Crime Records Bureau, that is also showing very high. In regard that this study's motivation, so I will be presenting an improved lightning parameterization based on the observed relationship between flash rates and radar echo volumes of thunderstorms. So as I told, the demand for parameterization is increased. Many studies like parameterization scheme for prediction of lightning. Some people use outer volume of thunderstorms that is derived from the radar, and this studies misses some information about the vertical distribution of the storms. Recently, some studies have shown lightning potential index, which accounts for the vertical distribution of the mixing ratios and vertical velocity. But still, this is fully dependent on the model simulation, and we don't have observation of mixing ratios like this. The most successful recently one work has been published. They have used mixed phase volume of 35 dBg eco volume. But we have seen this parameterization also is not consistent of an Indian region. So the problem is there is a heavy need for developing a new parameterization for prediction of lightning over Indian region. So with this motivation, we have started this work with primarily 3 goals. One is first is integrating the radar and lightning observations to characterize the 3D structure of thunderstorms, establishing the relationship between radar-derived eco volume and lightning flash rates, and to implement that derived relationship in the WRF model for lightning estimation. So 3 primary objectives. Here the first objective is to geolocate these 2 types of observations. One observation is the observation from Indian Lightning Location Network, which is maintained by Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology. And throughout India, we have more than hundreds of lightning sensors, recent update. And another is data is C-band polarimetry radar. As all previous speakers has mentioned that from art vocal, that same instrument we have used. So here we can observe that most of the lightning flashes, these crosses are flashes, and this high reflectivity zone, that is the maximum reflectivity, are matching. That is first objective, that this is the lightning flashes are confined within the high reflectivity zone. However, if we see some close view, many flashes are outside the convective part. So we try to understand, and we found that that is less than 2% of the lightning flashes. And that is due to the different type of instruments which has their own limitations, because ILN has around 400 to 500 meter of location accuracy, and whereas radar has its own limitations. Another thing is here also we cannot understand that does these lightning flashes are confined with the maximum reflectivity exactly or not, because this is still it is a larger area. So to understand that, we have tried to understand how this vertical information can be incorporated with this from the radar volume. So as we know, the connectivity of 2-dimensional pixels, that is called 1 pixel, and if it is connected like this, is 4-bit connectivity, and if it is connected in corner also, it is 8-bit connectivity. Similarly, the 3-dimensional radar volume, we call it voxel instead of pixel. If it is connected like this phases, then it is 6 connectivity. If it is connecting all throughout all the directions, it is called 26-bit connectivity. So what we did, we have reassembled the radar data in 1 kilometer, and vertically 500 meter, and that is called one voxel, and if it is connected nearby voxels, that is we are calling it a contiguous volume. So like this we have identified, and here you can see each one voxel's radar reflectivity as well as their vertical distribution, 3-dimensional distribution. Lower portions that crosses showing the position of the lightning flashes, and here you can see the convective core portion of this. This is actually 30 dBg eco volume, one sample just we have shown. three-dimensional. So with this, we have started the full analysis. So if you take, for example, this portion, it will be around 35 dBs eco volume, and the outer portion is this is a 30 dBs eco volume. Now, with these eco volumes, for each and every thunderstorm, there will be multiple eco volumes, and those eco volumes we have considered, we have geolocated with the lightning flashes, and we have tried to understand what is the relationship between these lightning flashes and that eco volumes. Of course, we have taken 6 minutes interval. We didn't have much higher temporal resolution. So here some 3 examples we have shown. Of course, we have taken many intervals. Here first is 30 dBz, and in between we have taken 31, 32, all the dBz eco volumes. But here for better representation, we have taken only 3 main things. 30 dBz eco volume is showing around 0.17 correlation, whereas you can see 35 dBz is significantly increased. 35 dBz, when we are telling it is the eco volumes which are having reflectivity value of greater than 35. That means all are greater than 35 dBz are included here. So again, if we go higher eco volumes, 40 dBz, it is also the relationship we have. We are getting better. Now the question is, this relationship, can we improve this relationship? Because other studies also showing our Indian region is similar of this. So what is the advantage of our work? So now, after discussion with co-authors, especially Dr. Sachin Deshpande sir, we have discussed and we found another option that if we incorporate the cloud eco top height, that means if certain eco volumes are there and at what height it is reaching, we are trying to incorporate that information. Now for example, 35 dBz we took, and we have classified this 35 dBz eco volume in different eco top heights. So we can see which are reaching around 6 km. Less than 6 km we are not considering that because those are not significant for convection. And 6, 9, 12, 15 and 18 kilometers we have taken, which are greater than 18 kilometers. Now we can see the correlation has significantly improved around 12 kilometers above. So we can say that a number of data points are also we are getting significant. Now we are assuming this relationship. We can see that there is a linear relationship between these eco volumes with the lightning flashes. Now 12 kilometer eco volume, as we are getting 74.74, greater than this 12 kilometer eco top height, which are having eco volume of 35 dBz, we are considering for this study. So for this each and every eco volume, here we skip the between heights like 6, 7, 8, or we are not ready. Just for understanding purpose, we have shown this different relationship between different heights with different eco volumes. And from this different type of relation, we have generated another linear equation, that is the final linear equation, which combines, suppose for example this is for 35 dBz eco volume and different heights. Similarly, other eco volumes we are taking, and with that we are compositing this equation. When we composite this equation, we got this relationship: flash is equal to 0.06 HV. HV is the eco top height and V is the eco volume, minus 0.03 volume plus 6 into eco top height and minus 36, that is a constant number. Here we can still see that there is a strong relationship with the height, and there is a positive relationship of eco volume and eco top height, that multiplication. Small negative value of volume, that shows that if a system is horizontally expanded and it is not vertically expanded, that means the updraft of the system mixing is in the mixed phase processes are weaker, and so that there will be some low amount of electrification in the storm. So that is really interesting relationship we got, And with that, now we are trying to understand really this relationship is consistent throughout different cases or not. We have studied around 7 cases through over that particular region, and we have seen that relationship is really consistent. And after that, we are trying to implement that in WRF model. So as previous studies, and due to the lack time restriction, I didn't show this detail of the WRF model. And here we are showing the calculation of eco volume from the observation as well as model. First thing is either they are consistent or not. For example, 0 dBg, which shows the cloud particles. So cloud of high eco volumes are showing a little bit of matching throughout different eco volumes. Of course, some underestimation from the model is observed. Later in 20 dBg, it is showing little overestimation. Some few number of eco volumes, around 10, 15 eco volumes are overestimating. And of course, here also little overestimation for the 20 dBg. 30 dBg eco volume is also showing little overestimation. Of course, the pattern is comparable. And of course, which is the most important for us, this is the 35 dBg. It is also showing the similar pattern, but with throughout the overestimation. But as a model, we cannot compare point by point. So with this, we are going forward and trying to understand that either these models are able to capture some events or not. Here, one event we have considered in July month, one severe thunderstorm occurred over Bhopal, and here we showed that different type of eco volumes with time evolution. This is from the model output, different type of eco volumes, and this panel is showing the eco volumes from the observations, that is from the radar eco volume. So overall, the pattern, the diurnal cycle is showing similar, but the small peaks in the eco volume, observed eco volumes like this, it is not showing, but it seems it is a averaging kind of thing, or maximum is similar within this period. And another thing is, now this eco volume, which we have derived the relationship with the relationship, and we try to find out the flash rate from the thunderstorm. This blue line is showing for the model. This red is showing from the observation from radar, and this dash line is from the already know that PR92, price and the 1992 that's our vertical abrupt based lightning parameterization, and this one is lightning potential index. So overall, there is a difference between the model and our calculation, but we can see a huge improvement from the previous well established lightning parameterization schemes. So for time being, we are little satisfied that we can improve some more methodological changes can improve this type of analysis. But for the first result, we are little happy that it is at least showing the peaks within some few hours of deviation, but overall diurnal pattern also showing good. So now what overall we did is eco volumes we have calculated from the radar reflectivity, that is considering the three-dimensional structure of the storm, and that eco volumes with different eco torques we have calculated, and with that eco torque we found that 30 dBs eco volumes having an eco top height of greater than 12 kilometers shows the highest correlation with the total flash, and we have derived this equation. And after that, this derived equation we have implemented it into the WRF model, because from there also we can find out the three-dimensional reflectivity structure, and consequently we can calculate the thrust. Now this overall study shows some confidence that we can use this relationship for lighting parameterization over Indian region. Now the major drawbacks of this work is we only consider it for one region, that is the central India. We have to see different regions of India from the model simulation that this relation is consistent or not, and a lot of work, and we need to generate some confidence that really this parameterization scheme is working. Of course, another limitation is we didn't distinguish between pre-monsoon storms and monsoon storm, because there is a huge difference between the vertical structure of the storms. That is ongoing. We are trying to do that. And third is we want to understand why this relationship is useful by incorporating the colorimetric variable over the different cases. So I especially thanks Director IITM, and of course the IIT Bhopal data team, and I am special thankful to Dr. Sachin Deshpande sir, and of course ILET organizer for this support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice presentation of lightning. I want to know, you have derived one relationship. I want to know what are the criteria to keep that numbers 0.006, 0.36, 0.03 and minus 36. What is the criteria to keep that numbers? How you have derived that equation?
Okay, let me come to this. Yeah.
Yes.
So we can see there are multiple equations. Suppose linear equation we have initially considered before going to get a complex relationship. We just try to understand either it is linear, some components are there or not, some correlation. So different height, and this is a fixed dBz, is 35 dBz eco volume. Now between these heights there is another relationship. When height is changing, if we do the linear regression analysis, you can see with height also some linear relation is developed. So if you combine these all heights with that different reflectivity values, then you can get this relationship. That procedure step by step we can discuss. Means simple mathematics. Yeah.
And what about the minus 36?
Minus
36 loss.
Okay. Yeah, linear equation, that is a number, is a constant value. Especially if we have taken 6 km base. Below 6 km we are not considering. Suppose every components are 0, but at least 36 number is there, because the flash minimum 36, below that it will not predict. For that 1 km, 1 km.
36, what is that? Height or?
No, it is a constant in the equation, but flash is 36. This is a flash. Your bias, yes, because 6 km we have taken minimum. Below that we didn't take.
Okay.
I hope you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you will move on to the next talk, question. Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for the good presentation. Being this work is from atmospheric research elsewhere, have you made any atmospheric electricity observations for this scheme for the work?
Yeah, of course. Electricity observation we didn't incorporate here. We are planning to include some electric field views.
Yeah, the gap I am finding in between the last.
Oh, sorry. That one.
The last group.
This is the one?
Yeah. You were saying that huge difference is there. No, the last one.
Yeah.
Last one. I think by incorporating this atmospheric electricity observation, actually a minimum field, I think atmospheric electric field, that also can be, don't you have the observation there in test?
Yeah, we have electric field mill that is surface based, and that cannot give you it will give a bulk amount of electric field.
Field wind is surface based only, we don't have the vertical profile.
Vertical profile still we don't have, because it is very difficult to get vertical profile
possible
of electric field mill.
But field levels are surface based only.
Yeah, surface it will be. So we will discuss how we can incorporate this electric field information in this, we can discuss, sir. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion. Yeah. Yes. Sir,
very nice to see the presentation, and I had interacted earlier with Dr. Pawar and all that when I was working with disaster management, because this lightning occurrence is directly due to the disaster management.
yes.
So the all information which you have given is very good and for the public consumption directly on the web.
Yes, sir. Yes, thank you so much. Again, sir,
I have two questions. Good presentation, Rupraj. Then you told that initially that some of the lightning strikes are outside the
Yes.
unactive domain. So now with this analysis, are we able to get that those things also?
No, sir.
Still you are looking at 35 degrees or something criteria you are using, you are suggesting. So that those lightning strikes will be still outside your
outside.
domain.
That
So
cannot
how
be
do you
predicted
incorporate those things?
with this. That cannot be predicted with this because sometimes you have many studies have shown that even if some of the flashes are traveling around 200 kilometers from the core, so that with this type of physics we cannot do. But at least we have found that those flashes are less than 2% of the total flash.
Ultimately, model has to improvement is actually we should take out
Yes, but those flashes again mostly are inter-cloud flashes, not cloud to ground, which won't affect the human fatality rates. That is also true because which are going far away from the core, those are mostly inter-cloud flashes.
Even some reports are there, even in the static home regions also you are seeing lightning.
Of course.
Not only convective.
Yes.
So it's not very clear. I mean, this DVG criteria whether it will work or not.
Yes.
And second thing is, second question is, how do you? Yeah, ultimately you are doing it in a model.
Yes.
In a WAF model, you are trying to incorporate that equation. Then there actually WAF doesn't give directly these DVG values there.
The DVG value will get directly, sir.
Then there are also some assumptions are
Yes.
there on ESG and so many assumptions
Yes.
are there. How much they affect your DVGs?
Yes, there is a huge opportunity to do this type of work, that when we change different type of schemes and how much deviation we are getting scheme to scheme, that just we have started.
They are also they're assuming something and then
Yes, sir.
they're calculating the
Yes.
price.
But
So
what we
perhaps
have
if you change some small change if you make there and then those things are changing.
changing, yeah, that is true. Butterfly effect always will be there. So, but at least some improvement we are getting from the previous.
Can I add?
Yeah.
Just quick comment. Yeah. The contribution here is that the existing lightning parameters, if you see the same plot here, they are not showing, there is no diagonal variation. At least that diagonal variation, even though the phase is captured, even though the magnitude is not. So that is actually the improvement in the existing parameter. And we have to work more on ordering.
Yeah, these are starting.
Yes, yeah. That's what I was also thinking about the same line, because you have shown that you have implemented this inside WRF,
Yes.
or you are calculating.
No, now we didn't go for that computational thing, just into the output from the.
Yeah, that is what. That was very much confusing. It means like T.N. Rao sir was also telling. We had an impression that you have implemented this parameterization schemes inside, but you have taken. Then all this bias, errors, everything comes from the calculation of reflectivities based on the hydrometeor structure and all. So all this error will accumulate. So, yeah.
But beauty is that, sir, without incorporating insight, just we need the reflectivity value. That is the beauty of this parameter.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We move on to the next presentation, assessment of IRS P6. Which speaker is it? Srinivas Raman.
Lot of hard work. I have one mention that for lightning, what is important is the charge separation.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yes. For charge separation, the mixed phase region is the critical one. And even past studies based on TRMM and LIS PRM shown that mixed phase DBC matters. So did you look at the volume of this 35 DPC in the mixed phase region? And did you try to correlate that with lightning?
Actually, sir, already previous studies are there which uses 35 dBc equivalent at mixed phase.
Yes.
Now, here we have little modified that it is not about we are taking mixed phase.
My question is not specific. You could try that first.
No,
sir. See the correlation.
No, but we have seen mixed phase volume and this total volume have correlation highly correlated, more than 80%.
I would go for a change, provided that one is worse than what you have done now.
Okay.
So you do after that.
Yes.
And see if at 35 dBc or 40 dBc is better, because now with polarimetric variable, it becomes more easy for you to identify within the mixed phase.
Mixed phase, yes.
Okay. Go for the volume of that and then try that. And if that is not working, then you extend.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thanks, thank you.
Yeah, because no, because when you see that many of the below the freezing level, there's many pixels which satisfy this criteria. They are not causing any lightning. Yeah. If you go to that 3D volume, you have shown not this other one where you have shown that. Here, if you see, large number of pixels which are below freezing level, 4 kilometers, you satisfy this volume. Right?
Yeah, this is the mixed region.
Yeah, that's
Now
our
the thing is, sir, why we did, because it will give a back.
No, I'm not asking.
Okay.
My question is, did you try or not?
Okay.
If not, try.
But yeah, indirectly, sir, this one. When we are telling that 35 dBc greater than 12 kilometer, that is the mixed phase one. This is the associated with the mixed phase highly. Because crop is going above 12 kilometer, it is showing mostly the mixed phase one. So we are telling differently, indirectly actually. We are, yes.
Lower heights you have more pixels, so they are contributing more to the volume.
Correct.
The correlation is increasing. It is from 9 to 12. It's a combination of eco-component as well as eco-volume.
Yes, sir, we will do that. We will try once to compare with that.
Yeah, eco-volume of 35 dB.
No, because you are not separated the pre-monsoon and monsoon. Right?
Yeah, that is another one.
Because what happens is, pre-monsoon we have strong, very strong lightning activity, but those tops are shallower. I am referring to only the deep tops, okay, convective tops, compared to monsoon season. Okay, so therefore you will not get that correlation right. So first thing is to attack is mixed core, and if that is not good, then go for the rest. That's my idea.
Three objectives we have.
Thank you.
Which way?
We have Calcutta University paper, is there? Next, anybody is presenting? It's not there, right?